Alright, so since we're here at the ranch, we get to do a little bit of show and tell, which is really awesome. Fortunately not for this horse who passed away a couple of years ago. It's been sent here, Mother Nature's taken its course, but since we have the bones here, kind of give a little basic anatomy of what's in our body in a way. The human body has 5 different types of bones that are shaped in different shapes and sizes. So we have the long bones, the short bones, irregular bones, flat bones, and sesamoid bones. So kind of just a show and tell of what those are and what functions they do. Bones are not solid material. Bones are actually very, very spongy on the inside. It's called spongy bone. As solid as this looks, it's not, but you can still see kind of where the cartilage is on the end. If we were to break this open and crack it open in half, it's very spongy on the inside. It looks like a soap sponge when you get it wet and you put soap in it. It's all sudsy and it's has a lot of holes and tunnels and funnels, and that's how our blood cells get made. That's where the minerals are stored in our body. Your entire body needs minerals to function. You can have vitamins, you can provide it the protein, the carbs, and the fat, but without the minerals that are stored in these bones, nothing can really be accomplished, because it's the minerals that are the catalyst that start the whole thing, the whole domino effect. So for instance, our body needs calcium, being a big mineral, selenium, magnesium, manganese, copper, iron, which is good for the blood supply. It's what helps bring the oxygen in. There's over 65 plus trace minerals that our bodies need to function on a daily basis. That's why it's so important and crucial that we have a healthy, balanced diet and supplement with minerals and vitamins as needed. To not just focus on one food group, but focus on all the food groups, because we need fruits, we need vegetables, we need the proteins, we need the carbs, but it's the bones. If you don't have a solid foundation in the bones, the entire body is affected. We have some rib bones here, which are considered flat bones, as well as the facial skull bones, the jawbone, and the pelvis. So the reason they're called flat is because they're really thin and they're broad shaped. So usually the function of these bones are help to protect the internal organs. So in this case, the reproductive organs, as well as the brain, heart, lungs. So these are flat bones. Long bones are going to be found in the appendicular skeletal system. So that means basically your limbs, your arms and your legs, your femur, tibia, fibula. So they're longer than they are wide, hence the long bone terminology. Very thick, dense, and they can provide a lot of weight, support your weight, and provide movement in the body. Short bones in the human body would be considered carpals and your tarsal bones, so your wrist and your ankles. They are almost as long as they are wide, and they help provide some movement, but it's mainly for stability. You know, your wrist bones, your ankle bones, they help provide stability as you move and support body weight. The sesamoid bones, we think that these are the horse's kneecaps right here. They're round in shape and they're usually found within the tendon and ligament. So that would be our kneecap. It helps with movement and helping with slowing down the wear and tear in the human body. So these are the sesamoid bones. They're not really attached to anything else in the body. They're just kind of floating in the tendon and the ligament. And then of course we have the last one is the irregular shaped bones. And they're irregular because they don't fit any of the category of them being flat or long or short. They're a lot more complex in the structure. So we see a lot of the irregular bones in the vertebrae. I mean, you can see by looking at these that they have a mix of everything in a way. They have the flat shape right here, but they're also kind of square and short, because this is the vertebral column. The spinal cord feeds right in through this hole right here. So irregular shaped bones also serve as protection and movement and support and stability throughout the human body. But what I like about this one particularly. I don't know if you can see this. This is the vertebral column. And you can actually see the intervertebral disc space. So this is the vertebrae and the disc in between each vertebrae. This is what helps humans and their spinal column cushion between the bones in the vertebral column. And so that hasn't, I mean, you can still see it's dried up a bit, but as your body moves forward and back and you turn, it's these intervertebral discs that are cushioning between the bones. And every joint, even in the knees, that movement is lubricated by cartilage, by ligament, by fluid, bursa sacs, and that helps reduce the inflammation in the body. So, of course, this is a horse, so these are going to be 10 times bigger than the human skeletal system. So these are a great way of show and tell because it really enhances what we have in our body. It's just magnified a lot bigger. So if this were my femur, imagine this horse. It has to support a lot more weight. You know, I'm only 150 pounds or less, whereas this horse is carrying maybe over 500 pounds, just kind of depending on what weight this horse has to carry. So, a little bit of show and tell of the 5 types of bones that you will see in the human body. Take care of the bones, take care of the body. Overall, you're going to have a healthy system. Dentists especially tell the health of a person. They would look at the teeth and the gums. If people had bad teeth and bad gum lines or missing teeth, they're probably going to be a sick individual later in life because the teeth were a huge indicator of overall body health. So if you as a person have a lot of cavities, a lot of fillings, or a lot of tooth decay going on, it's an indication of overall body health. So if you have a dentist, see a dentist regularly. They recommend about every 6 months, and that's going to help determine overall body health. So take care of your teeth, take care of your body, and your teeth are going to be a visible indicator of overall body health.